What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Kudos Review channel, the channel where authentic content comes first without ads or profits. I just want to start off by saying, I actually did post this video yesterday, or a video like this, but unfortunately due to technical issues it had to be taken down. So now I'm redoing it. So I want to first start off by saying thank you to everybody that's been supporting my show. It's been really awesome just to see the growth on the channel and see that people are actually interested in seeing my content. And I appreciate everybody that has been liking my videos as well as commenting on my videos. One of the best things that I get to do is honestly just be able to engage with you guys. And I feel like honestly through engaging with you guys, I'm learning a lot more about cryptocurrency myself. And then lastly, I just want to say, guys, this is not financial advice. So please make sure you are doing your own research prior to investing. One, because it helps me sleep at night, and two, you guys, this is an important decision, so you guys should be taking it seriously and doing your own research in the process. So without further ado, I'd like to get the coin we will be reviewing today, which is Cardano. I'm very excited about this coin because it's one of my favorite projects. I absolutely love the community. I am a part of the community, and it's got a lot going on. So Cardano has the ticker symbol ADA. It's currently ranked at number 5 in CoinMarketCap. I believe yesterday when I first started it was around CoinMarketCap, I think it was at number 3, and now it's down to number 5. Sitting at $1.12, down 0.5% today, and it's got $35.8 billion market cap, and a circulating supply of almost 32 billion out of 45 billion. So I want to start off by showing you guys the daily. It's not a lot of exciting price action here, unfortunately. You can see we started off the day around almost about $1.13. We had a little bit of run up, and then we kind of been slowly declining. We're at about $1.11. But what I really want to show you guys is actually the monthly. If you take a look at the beginning of the month, you can see we started off the month at 68 cents. And then from there, we had basically just kind of like a slow, steady increase all the way to about, the last week of February. And then we had this huge run up, right? This huge run up to about February 27th, where we reached $1.46. And probably the biggest reason for that run up was the Merry hard fork, which launched on March 1st. And unfortunately, usually what happens when there's a big event for cryptocurrency, people will start to buy up. And then right before the news is released of this certain event, they'll sell off. And so that's likely what caused this steady decline. People just sold off their ADA. I will say, unfortunately for them, ADA's an awesome project. It's definitely an amazing long-term project. And so, I've always thought time in the market is way better than trying to time the market. Well, I feel like the most consistent thing you can do to have success in investing in cryptocurrency is not to do that, but just find a project that you truly believe in and you want to invest in. Find a project that makes you feel good when you give money to that project because you want to see it succeed. So for me, that's definitely Cardano. I've been looking at price predictions for Cardano. There's a good trend for Cardano. I've heard people are saying that it could reach about $1.50 in the short term. Take that with a grain of salt, of course, but that's kind of my thoughts on it. So where can you get Cardano? Well, you can get Cardano on Binance, Kraken. Some other places you can also get Cardano is crypto.com. I own Cardano and ADA, and that's where I get it. You can also get it on KuCoin. So those are some of the places you guys can look at if you want to get ADA. So let's dive into what is ADA, Cardano. So let's go to the website. So on the website, you can see a short little blurb about Cardano, and it says Cardano is a blockchain platform for changemakers, innovators, visionaries, with the tools and technologies required to create possibility for the many as well as the few and bring about positive global change. It's a pretty exciting statement. So just a little bit of background. Cardano is, it's been around since 2017, and it's very much like Ethereum and Polkadot in that it's a decentralized platform that permits a variety of smart contracts and assets to be built on the system. However, unlike Ethereum, Cardano is what's known as a proof of stake blockchain platform, and it operates on what's known as Ouroboros. And Ouroboros is actually the first blockchain to be founded on peer review research and developed through evidence-based methods. So that's kind of their shtick. They really like the fact that every technology that they implement into their system, into their Cardano, it's peer reviewed, it's researched, it's looked into prior to being implemented. What this does is it creates code and technology that's high assurance, meaning that it's very unlikely that it will fail or they'll have to go back and redo things. I kind of think of that like the Steve Jobs method in a way, where he wanted to perfect a system. He wanted to perfect what the iPhone looked like, what the Apple computer looked like. So honestly, I like to see that. So like I said, guys, prior to technology being implemented, it has to be peer reviewed. Well, Cardano has a huge library through the IOHK Foundation, in which they publish a ton of papers on blockchain in general. And I'll post this link to the description of this video. It's really cool, some of the information they have on here. No other cryptocurrency that I'm aware of does something like this. And they have papers going back all the way to 2017. Or 2016 actually. Just hundreds of papers. So that's really neat. So going back to the website, I think it's really cool, interesting to look at the use cases for Cardano. It says, if you look at their enterprise page, it says, Cardano is a developing platform which is built to accommodate a broad range of use cases, solving problems across multiple industrial verticals. Right, so when you look at a cryptocurrency, you want to find a cryptocurrency that is being implemented in a way that's solving real-world problems. And I won't get into these in depth, but these are some of the things that they say that they can fix, which is education, and what they're trying to solve is credential verification and education. They say that they're trying to create a seamless way for students and job seekers to prove who they are and what they have achieved. And they believe they can do this through the Cardano blockchain. Retail, agriculture. I know a lot of people really like VeChain. It seems like Cardano's trying to do something similar. Supply chain tracking in agriculture. They say like farm to table, kind of tracking where things are going from farmers to haulers, right to the table. Government, solution for digital identity. Finance, healthcare. So there are a lot of use cases here, guys. And also one of the things that Cardano is really one of the things they're most known for is they're trying to unbank developing countries. So there's a lot of news about Cardano trying to create an impact in African countries, because a lot of these people are living with authoritarian governments and oppressive regimes. And the theory is if we can get Cardano, just basically throw Cardano in there and say, hey, citizens of whatever country, you can operate using this platform, and that you will have a better, more equal society rather than operating under the government that you currently operate under. So it's really cool. Yeah, so let's get to the team behind Cardano and the founder of Cardano. So the founder of Cardano here is Charles Hoskinson. In this picture, he's pictured with Vitalik, and they were co-founders of Ethereum. He since then, of course, left Ethereum and started Cardano. He is a a mathematician, so that's his thing. I'm going to show you guys his Twitter page. He's very active on Twitter. You can see his pinned tweet is about Cardano. So make sure you guys follow him. But I also want to give you guys a kind of a taste of what his AMAs are like. He seriously reminds me of Steve Jobs. He is, when I look for a project, I'm looking to invest in an individual behind the project. Do I feel like that individual has what it takes to win with the project? And Charles Hoskinson is definitely one of those people. I would say he's very much like an early Elon Musk. I know I'm throwing a lot of big names out there, but he's amazing. And he's charismatic and he's fun to watch. So I want to show you guys how he starts off his AMAs. It's really funny. So,
hi everyone, this is Charles Hoskinson, broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Always warm, always sunny, sometimes Colorado. And tonight, I got the poncho.
So if you guys want to, go to his AMAs, just be paying attention to it. He will respond to your questions in the chat. It's really cool. And then also, probably a thing that he is most known for is his whiteboard, which he did back in 2017, in which he was describing, you can see it says on this whiteboard, third generation. He describes different generations of cryptocurrency. He says the first generation was something like Bitcoin, the second generation was something like Ethereum, and the third generation, presumably Cardano, would be something that would need to be built on scalability, interoperability, and sustainability. And he says that Cardano has two chief features that separates it from a lot of other cryptocurrencies. And I'll play that for you guys right now.
And this project is built with some really good principles, namely two. First off, all the science that guides the solutions to these problems goes through some notion of peer review. So we go to conferences, we write proper scientific papers, we engage universities, and all the engineering we have the goal to eventually implement as high assurance code. Which means the same types of techniques one would see with the Shinkansen or a jet engine, where when the failure of the system results in human death, we can apply those techniques to our protocols, to engineering and development, so that we have a much higher belief in the quality of the code. This avoids events like the DAO, the parity hack, and other such things as we've seen in the space.
So that's just him describing the two key features of Cardano that really separates it apart. And now, guys, I want to kind of take you guys to the Cardano Roadmap. This is really cool. This is something that they have on their website. And what they do is they separate their roadmap into different phases: the Byron phase, Shelley phase, Gauguin phase, Basho phase, and Voltaire phase. And within these phases, they're almost subdivided into additional phases or small little roadmaps. So we've gotten through the Byron phase, which introduced ADA, kind of built the foundation for what Cardano is today. Then we've also gotten through the Shelley phase, which introduced staking and delegating, and we're about halfway through the Gauguin smart contracts phase. And this was marked by the introduction of the Mary hard fork, which just recently took place on March 1st. So I kind of wrote down what a hard fork is, just so you guys who aren't aware can learn. So a hard fork is a significant alteration to the core code of a blockchain. In most cases, this calls for a radical change in the blockchain that halts the protocol from operating before a new chain begins. However, in the case of Cardano, there is a new transition that allows for a smooth transition to the new protocol. And so this Mary hard fork basically introduced native assets to the blockchain. This is very much like the ERC20 tokens on Ethereum. And these native assets are basically built into the system and will be used as a core part of decentralized applications. A lot of these uses will take the form of utility tokens, governance tokens, and tokens representing real-world assets. One thing to note, guys, was that the Mary hard fork did not introduce smart contract functionality. That will be introduced with Alonzo and Plutus and Marlowe. So basically, Plutus is a purpose-built smart contract development language and execution platform using the functional programming language Haskell. So basically, when Plutus is introduced, developers can then come in and build smart contracts on the Cardano blockchain. And Marlowe is basically another way in which you can create smart contracts on the blockchain. But Marlowe really focuses on financial contracts, and it's much easier to use. So the next phases are Basho, which will introduce scaling through a technique called sharding, among other things. And then the last is Voltaire, which really focuses on governance and creating Cardano in a way that it's basically a self-sustaining system. I will say that Voltaire actually officially began last September with the introduction of Project Catalyst. And Project Catalyst is basically a system in which funds are created in which they can fund different projects on the Cardano system. And actually holders of Cardano, I think you have to have 3,000 ADA in order to vote, can vote on specific projects. And then, you know, I saw a Reddit post about the Mary hard fork, and basically it said this is just a reminder that Cardano actually is still a work in progress, and Alonzo was always the big one. So what they're saying here is the Mary hard fork should be celebrated because it's doing a lot of good to the Cardano blockchain, but with the release of Alonzo, smart contracts will be introduced to the blockchain, and so that's when the partnerships happen. That's when smart contracts are developed on Cardano. That's the big waves that it creates a lot of momentum. So I'm really excited about that, and so there is still a lot of bullish news for 2021, and it's expected that that'll probably happen around June. Some other interesting news is that on March 31st, Cardano is transitioning into a decentralized system. So currently 10% of the blocks being made are by IOHK and IOG pools that are centralized and federated. Soon 100% of the all new blocks made by stake pool operators, soon 100% of all new blocks will be made by stake pool operators, which means that it will be 100% decentralized. That's super exciting. You know, you might think, oh, well, what does that do to the price? It doesn't matter. What that does to the movement as a whole is that it just shows that we can get away from a system that's centralized, that's completely dominated by institutions and single figures, by billionaires. I mean, this is really, really awesome stuff. That, you know, a large community of people can operate to make something functional like Cardano work. It's really, really fascinating, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And you guys should too. So some bullish news. FD7 Ventures sold Bitcoin holdings to buy $380 million worth of Cardano. You know, to all those Bitcoin fanatics, you know, FD7 Ventures basically said, I think Cardano's a better investment, a return on investment. Now, that's not to say that Bitcoin isn't a good investment, but it's just saying that Cardano might have a better return on investment. And I will say it wasn't just Cardano that they bought. You can see it says the news comes shortly after the firm launched a micro fund that will focus on investments in projects building out on Cardano, ADA, and Polkadot. So they're also investing in DOT and some other things. And actually, I want to show you guys a video of the fund manager at FD7 explaining why he invested in Cardano.
My line is, I always bet on the jockey, not the horse, right? Mm. And when I looked at projects like Cardano, I look at Polkadot, I look at Ethereum, right? The founders, you know, have a track record. They've built something already. And I would not bet against them. It's just like I would never bet against Tom Brady or LeBron James. Any of these guys, they know how to win over and over again. I mean, it's the same way with, you know, an Elon Musk. Would you bet against Elon? No, you know. So that's kind of the way I put these guys at the same level as these other very successful guys. And I think, again, we're very early in this. So
you can hear him comparing Charles Hoskinson, Gavin Wood, who is the founder of Polkadot, talk about these early blockchains and how they're going to make a big impact. And he sees them as an early Microsoft, an early Tesla. So that's really something to be excited about. And if you're watching this, you guys are early. You're a part of something early. This is really, really cool. So a lot of people were, I think, frustrated with February, especially as it relates to Cardano. Charles Hoskinson has said that I've heard little birdies coming. And so people would thought maybe ADAs can be listed on Coinbase, maybe something else will happen. And I feel like people felt a little bit underwhelmed, especially with the Mary hard fork. Well, there's suggestion that the birdies that Charles Hoskinson was talking about is going to be at this Blockchain Africa conference. And at this conference, Charles Hoskinson will be delivering a keynote at the Blockchain Africa conference on Cardano's projects on the African continent. This will take place on March 18th and 19th. The ADA community is now speculating that Hoskinson will announce the landing of African birds at the conference, which will be held again, as we said, March 18th through 19th. So this is really exciting. Be paying attention to this. I think there's going to be some really good news that's going to come out of this event. Now, guys, I want to just finish by playing a video on with Charles Hoskinson, in which he talks about the community in general and how, ADA is not driven by a price. It's driven by its community. And I want to leave you guys with that.
So I fully expect the things that we expected in February to be in March. And if not March, in April. But I think we have a good shot for March. So be a little bit more patient. And if you're not okay, why are you in crypto? It takes a long time to change the world. And we're not going to change it day by day, month by month. And I could not care less if you're in it for the money. If you are, this isn't your AMA and this isn't your guy. Go talk to somebody else. All the things we do systematically, methodically, and we do with a lot of soul and heart. And we care a lot. We wear our passion on our sleeves. That's who we are as a community.
So you guys, I said I was going to leave it on that, but I like to introduce white papers always into these coin reviews, and I think the best way to finish this video off is by reading the last paragraph from Cardano's white paper. As we move from the laboratory to a deployed system in the wild, there will be growing pains, but our hope is that Cardano's future could be summarized in a single anthropomorphized sentence. Cardano is a pragmatic dreamer that learns from its elders. It is a good citizen in its community, and it always finds a way to pay its bills. We cannot know the future, but we are glad to be trying to make it a better one for everyone. Thanks for reading. Guys, if you liked this video, please make sure to like it. If you have any comments on Cardano, please make sure to leave a comment. I will happily engage with you. And of course, if you like my content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Kudos.